Three international organizations determined to support the move towards a restoration of peace and stability in the Republic of Cameroon, the African Union, the Commonwealth, and the International Organization of La Francophonie. The top officials of these organizations are in the Republic of Cameroon, and Patricia Scotland, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, has said they are going to be helping Cameroon, but the responsibility lies on the shoulders of all Cameroonians. That is a lone top story. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this edition of the news. We are broadcasting live from Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. I am Bablet Jonathan. We begin this news on the accident that occurred in the Mongo Division littoral region of the Republic of Cameroon, leaving at least 4 persons dead. Immaculate Fogwe has more.
They were going back home from school, but they couldn't reach home, and they would never be neither in their homes nor school. Death has suddenly appeared on their way and put an end to all of their dreams. They are students of Government School Manjo and Unité of Manjo. The 4 victims, Donkam Arien, Tebu Ivan, Wansi Kense, and the commercial motorbike rider, who was equally a student, were crushed by a heavy-duty truck on the National Road number 5 in Manjo, in the Mongo Division of the littoral region of Cameroon. The motorcycle rider was on high speed, and while trying to dodge a vehicle, he bumped into a truck.
Just standing near here, and we just heard over there that there was an accident here, and when we were rushing there, and we said that we see that 4 people was already down, that they were dead. So, but it's because the Okada man was having too much load behind the Okada. So it will make us, the Okada people, also to learn that it's not good to carry more than 4 people on top of an Okada or a bike.
The news of the passing away of these students has left their teachers and friends in shock. It is very painful. We spent almost the whole day with their children in school, and a minute later, we are told they are dead. Put yourself in our shoes. It is really painful. After spending the whole day with friends and later you find them in such a situation, it is a pity. The 4 victims of the road accident were residing at the Mantam neighborhood in Manjo. The 4 corpses have been taken to the Manjo mortuary.
Immaculate Fogwe reporting there. 3 international organizations have expressed their determination to support Cameroon in efforts to restore peace and stability in the country, notably solutions to the Anglophone crisis and the post-election crisis that is in Cameroon since the October 7, 2018 presidential election results were proclaimed. The 3 organizations, the African Union, the Commonwealth, and the International Organization of La Francophonie in the Republic of Cameroon. The heads of that organization, the African Union Commission chair, is in Cameroon, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, and also the Secretary General of the International Organization of La Francophonie. They met with Prime Minister Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute and also the head of state, according to what the Secretary General of the Commonwealth told media practitioners in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. And Patricia Scotland, Secretary General of the Commonwealth Organization, said that the 3 organizations are determined to help the government to restore peace and normalcy in the country, notably in the northwest and southwest regions of the country. But she said that they are only assisting, and the full responsibility lies on the shoulders of all Cameroonians. The 3 top diplomats are looking forward to meeting political and civil society leaders in the Republic of Cameroon. Take a listen to this extract of Patricia Scotland, Secretary General of the Commonwealth.
We are determined to do all we can as 3 organizations to support the peaceful process, and we are encouraging everyone, every single actor, to put peace and good governance first. And for that, we know we will need everyone's commitment and everybody's hard work. This is the beginning of a process, not the end of a process, and there is a lot of work to do, and we are applauding all those who wish to commit themselves to peace and to a resolution. And we as 3 organizations wish to promote that and stand beside it. But we are at the beginning of our discussions. We have now had the advantage of speaking to the Prime Minister and the President, but as my colleagues have made clear, we have to speak to others. We are going to speak to the political parties outside of the government. We are going to speak to civil society, and we need to listen very carefully to what everybody is saying so that we can be the best pathfinders to assist Cameroon in a way that is proper. But the main responsibility will rest on Cameroonians themselves. We want moderation, we want peaceful coalition and existence.
And there are still angry voices rising within the ranks of political parties of the opposition with regards to irregularities that marred the compilation of files for the upcoming municipal and legislative elections scheduled for February 9, 2020 in the Republic of Cameroon. Many political parties, notably those of the opposition, are decrying the administrative bottlenecks that they encountered in the process of compiling files of the candidates for the twin elections billed for next year. And one of such parties complaining over the irregularities in the compilation of files of the candidates is the Cameroon Democratic Union, the CDU. For me, I'm Sanda report.
Monsieur Bertrand vient de me menacer.
The last day to deposit documents ahead of the 2020 municipal and legislative elections became unfriendly and verbally violent between supporters of the Cameroon Democratic Union political party and the divisional officer for Kutaba subdivision in the west region of Cameroon. The angry supporters of the CDU party accused the Joe for Kutaba, Mr. Tab Bertrand, of conniving with the ruling CPT and party supporters to eliminate their file from the 2020 municipal race in Cameroon. The duo and assistants, according to them, are in a conspiracy with members of the CPT and party not to certify the documents and file of the CDU party candidate. We came here since 8 a.m. and we are shocked not to meet the duo, Mr. Tab Bertrand, and after investigations, we were told that he traveled to Yaoundé. We then had to go around Kutaba in search of his assistant, Mr. Ngwembis. When we finally saw him, he was reluctant to come to the office, and even now that he is finally here, the documents have not been fully certified. He applied other signatures, but the round stamp of the Republic is absent. He claims the duo traveled to Yaoundé with the main stamp of the Republic. This is unbelievable. Supporters of the CDU party led by Mifire Aliou Mustafa, first deputy mayor of Kutaba, said they will not leave the duo's office until their documents are certified. They say the administrator will be held responsible for any action they take in the town of Kutaba.
Vous serez responsable de tout ce qui va arriver à Kutaba.
You people will be accountable if anything goes wrong in Kutaba. We have been here since 8 a.m. You guys are unable to receive us. You will not be able to contain the wrath of the people of Kutaba. The national road number 6 has been blocked, and whatever happens, know that you are the cause. With the documents incomplete without the round stamp, the militants of the CDU party say they contacted the divisional officer on phone, who asked them to take the documents to the Lekam office in Kutaba while waiting for his arrival from Yaoundé with the missing stamp.
On nous dit qu'il y a déjà une mangeoire.
The mayor of Koutaba, on his part, said the duo is accused by some people in Koutaba of having received the sum of 2 million francs CFE from the CPD and party bigwigs in Koutaba to eliminate the list of CDU party candidates gunning for the municipals. At press time, the CDU party documents for Koutaba were deposited at the Elekam subdivisional office without having been duly certified by the administrative officials.
And despite the adverse effects of the Anglophone crisis on education in Anglophone Cameroon, the University of Buea is stepping up efforts to enhance the quality of training and, of course, the standard of training in the higher institutions of learning under its mentorship. Derek Jato reports.
Even academic stakeholders have it that most privately owned institutions offering higher professional programs have failed both the academia and the society.
A professional university should be a university to train people who will graduate and become solution providers in society, not liabilities, which we have experienced for some years now. And
to Dr. Ambe Moses Chu, mentorship and orientation in line with the societal demands is what the nation like Cameroon needs. And on the campus of the University of Buea, the first Anglo-Saxon higher learning institution in Cameroon, its Vice-Chancellor, Professor Horace Manga, adds that the phenomenon is serious, reason why the University of Buea always put in her all to make sure that any private institution being mentored by UB live up to standard.
Mentorship and accreditation implies that the University of Buea takes the engagement to ensure that all aspects of quality assurance have the quality equivalent to our own students.
And today, Momini Mirabel Tangmo and her Chartered Higher Institute of Technology and Management is signing a framework agreement for academic mentorship with the University of Buea.
And being in a partnership with the University of Buea, for me, I think that is the best achievement we have so far, because it's a place other higher institutions long to have as mentor. Thank you very much.
The dream of higher education is to see her graduates providing solutions, not creating problems in the society.
Their rights are often than not violated in all forms, and most often in enterprises, in institutions in the Republic of Cameroon. They are often denied jobs because of one reason or the other. They are often discriminated upon. They are victims of stigmatization. I'm talking here of persons living with disabilities, and some of them meeting here in the economic capital Douala decried the non-respect of laws that protect their rights, notably laws that were put in place in 2010 and a decree of application signed in 2018, and the laws are not being respected by government, administrative officials, private company managers, who often deny giving them a job. And these those that you're seeing there in the images are persons living with visual disabilities who met here in the economic capital Douala in order to chart a way out of these problems, and also to mount pressure on governments to ensure that their rights are respected. And one of them spoke to us. Mbong George Cyril is a journalist. Take a listen.
We are facing too many challenges as disabled people as far as job is concerned. The main difficulty is pre-mindset. People think that as you cannot see, as you are not sighted, it will not be easy for you to adapt, to adjust yourself in a company. You will not be able to work. What we wish to say is that that is not true. We wish the private companies to give us an opportunity so that we can show them what we are able to do. When we are in a republic like Cameroon, it is the duty of the state to make sure that the rights of everybody, each and any person, are respected in the country, so that no one will be left out. So the state should put in place a company, a structure that will be in charge to collect all our files and defend our rights when it comes to recruitment. with private or public companies.
Out of Cameroon, French investigators will examine the black box recordings from a fatal collision between two helicopters which killed more than 10 persons or 10 soldiers in Mali. And of course, a statement from the French presidency said that 13 French soldiers were killed in the helicopter collision during an operation against jihadists in Mali, and President Emmanuel Macron expressed deep sadness over the biggest single loss of life for the French military since the 1980s. An investigation has begun into how the two helicopters hit each other. Thousands of French troops have been deployed in Mali since 2013 after militants overran parts of the north, and Mali's army has since recaptured the territory. But insecurity continues and the violence has spread to neighboring countries. France now has 4,500 troops deployed to support the forces of Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Burkina Faso and Chad against jihadists. And that's it for the first part of this newscast. Will be going over to Bujumbura in Burundi to meet with our guests in the second segment of this news. Against jihadists, an incident which left 13 French soldiers dead, and Emmanuel Macron, the French president, expressed deep sadness over what is now qualified as the biggest single loss of life for the French army since the 1980s. Coming up next, Talking Point. What state of the school? Which school? Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for staying with us in this edition of the news on Equinox television. We're expecting to go over to Bujumbura in Burundi to meet with our guest, Kabanwala Edith, national president of the Cameroon People's Party, the CPP, with whom we are expecting to discuss some issues of national interest, notably with regards to the elections that are coming up in February 2020, the municipal and legislative elections, and also issues connected to the Anglophone crisis and the international pressure mounting on the President of the Republic of Cameroon, Paul Biya, and his government to find lasting solutions to the troubles in the northwest and southwest regions of the country, and the post-election crisis that erupted after the proclamation of results of the October 7, 2018 presidential election in the Republic Republic of Cameroon. We'll be ending this edition of the 6 p.m. newscast. We're having some connection challenges in getting to our guest, who is on standby in Bujumbura in Burundi. Kabanwala Edith, national president of the Cameroon People's Party, and I should recall that she is one of the leading and outstanding female politicians in the Republic of Cameroon with her CPP political party, and they stand up for Cameroon, a civil society platform. The two organizations have been pressing for a political transition in the Republic of Cameroon. She thinks that there is nothing that can solve the problems in the Cameroon today except a political transition, and she has been calling on Cameroonians to rise up, to stand up for Cameroon and push for a political transition in Cameroon. She's on the line to Bujumbura in Burundi. Good evening, Madam the President.
Good evening. Good evening to all the viewers of Equinox. Very happy to be in touch with you.
Thanks, Madam the President, for joining us live from Bujumbura in Burundi. Your political party, the Cameroon People's Party, the CPP, and your platform, the platform Stand Up for Cameroon, have been pressing for a political transition in Cameroon. You have systematically boycotted recent elections, and you have declared that you're not going to take part in the upcoming legislative and municipal elections scheduled for February 9, 2020, because of the Anglophone crisis that is yet to find a solution, because of the electoral code, which you think that is bad, because of the electoral system in Cameroon. Now there is another political party of the opposition that is standing with you, the Cameroon Renaissance Movement of Professor Maurice Kamto. What do you think about this recent development? The national president. The national president of the Cameroon People's Party, CPP, live in this newscast from Bujumbura in Burundi. And of course, we are talking about the elections built for February 2020. Another opposition political party, the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, joins line of thought in boycotting elections as a result of some issues in the country, which she thinks that should be solved before any election can take place. Kabanwala Edith is on the line to Bujumbura in Burundi. Madam the President, what do you think about the recent announcement by Professor Maurice Kamto to join you in boycotting the municipal and legislative elections? Right, we having some connection challenges there. We'll be having Edith Kabanwala, national president of the CPP, in subsequent news editions on Equinox Television. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for staying with us.